So, I'm actually recovering from COVID right now, and boy, does it suck. I couldn't even leave my bed 2 days ago from how bad it was. So please bear with me as I do my best to talk about this interesting topic. I want to dive into the curious case of Project Boxing, and by the time this video is done, you will see why I find this game to be possibly much bigger than what we thought. It was a game that was in development for what appeared to be 4 years before the sole developer, known on YouTube simply as Epilith, with 660 current subscribers and what appeared to be an unflinching amount of determination for a project involving a boxing game. Considering at the time, 2014, it had been 3 years since the last major boxing title, i.e. Fight Night Champion. Let's go back to his first worldwide showcase of the gameplay and its mechanics. Here you can see a super rough early version of Epilith's vision for what his boxing game would become. It wasn't even slated for PC, it was to be a straight to Android video game. You can see in the title he decided to use the Unity engine, and that will be important later on in this video. The game looked basic but promising. Definitely nowhere near ready, but you can see his passion as over time the game looked cleaner, smoother, and was beginning to push towards being a decent, albeit indie, slightly above mobile style boxing game. One that we could bite into since there was nothing to compete even at this level at that time. Now, in June 2016, when the game looked like this, it went through what was called a green light program on Steam. Now let me give you a quick breakdown of what that was since it no longer exists. The program ended in 2018, but Steam had a system where they allowed indie developers a chance to have their game be purchased via Steam. What the indie developer would have to do is pay a $100 fee and put their game up against other developers, and a voting battle would ensue. Based on percentages of yes versus no, those on the top 5 of all games in the Greenlight program that received the highest number of yes votes would be allowed to release on Steam. And miraculously, Project Boxing made it to the top 5 against other indie developers, showing the need and desire for a competent boxing game, at least on PC at the time. I believe this was a pivotal moment for the game's trajectory and for Epilith, as it would separate his project from the pack. Sure, there were other indie developers trying to make boxing games, but the people had spoken, and Epilith put his project out there to be scrutinized or accepted, and it paid off. At this point, Epilith was ecstatic and energized to finally finish the project he had started back in 2014. He continued to update the community from time to time on a clip of about twice a year, with about 3 to 4 new videos a year showing the project's growth. He would state that working on the project while also working a full-time job was very difficult, and that he would work an hour a day every day after work and multiple hours a day during his days off, as stated on his Steam update page. But in 2018, he posted this video update of the gameplay. This video would become significant because after this video, he would never post another video or update on the game ever again. It's been about 4 years now, the exact amount of time that he spent developing the game initially, from 2014 to 2018, before he went ghost. But I have a theory, a sneaking suspicion, that his project never went away, that the milestone he hit were critical in him being able to proclaim that he had the best indie product in the field at the time for the sport of boxing, and because of this proclamation, he was in a privileged position where any company looking to start building a new boxing title from scratch would need not look any further if they were so inclined. Now, all of the items that I am about to share with you are clearly all circumstantial evidence. None of it makes this provable, but the entire process just didn't sit right with me. What makes a man be so successful with a project, one that he had been working on for 4 years with a lot of interest for being just an indie title on PC, get up and just disappear? Surely it's possible, but why? Because I believe it's been hiding in plain sight. Now, if you go to any of Epileph's social links, you won't even see a post from him at all after 2018. Almost makes you think that he isn't even here with us anymore, as dark as that may sound. But that is not the case, and I'll prove that later in this video. He just stopped cold turkey on everything. But guess what? When looking at his page, his about page, I realized something that perked my interest. He is from the UK, from the United Kingdom. Interesting, was what I said to myself when I saw that. Then I thought, wait a second. Could this mean... Now, I know what you're thinking. Bro, you're reaching so hard. You might as well be married to the Invisible Woman and change your name to Mr. Fantastic. But that's exactly what I thought. I thought I needed to shake it off and come back to reality. What am I thinking? Project Boxing evolved into Esports Boxing Club? No way. No way, right? There's no way. Hold up. Let me check on something. He ended his quote-unquote run in 2018 after 4 years of development. ESBC started in 2019, the exact year after he went ghost. Very coincidental, nothing concrete, but interesting nonetheless. Now, we know he used the Unity engine, as we stated before. And if you don't know, or if you aren't aware, the Unity and Unreal engines are the most popular gaming engines in the world. They both account for more than 80% of the gaming engine market. But most gaming companies making big AAA games tend to lean towards the Unreal engine due to its graphical prowess over the Unity engine. They are both great for their respective reasons, but big companies choose graphics and visuals as a high priority. Now, this would have immediately eliminated ESBC in this theory, since a while back we were given confirmation on the official Unreal Engine website that ESBC was indeed in use of the Unreal Engine 4 engine, and Project Boxing, as we know, was coded in Unity. So, case closed, right? Not so fast. Shout out to JSoba77 from the Discord, as this man hooked me up with this little nugget of a video here, uploaded in 2020 by a man who interviewed an employee at 1024. 1024 being the world leading graphic studio that works with ESBC. And I'll just play this quick little snippet.
Of course, man. I actually did boxing for a little bit, not much, right? I like martial art, cool. Yeah. And then I stopped because it's too dangerous, you know.
That's it. Yeah, you can lose an ear quite easily.
Yeah, I could continue, but you know, I wanted to do art, so I stick to art.
Yeah, art's better than fighting. Yeah, so I'm not really a massive boxing fan at all. I just got sort of just became part of this project. So okay, cool.
Oh, wait a second. I think I don't have the audio on it. Yeah, I didn't have the audio. I'm gonna play from the beginning again.
Okay, tell me when you pray and I'll play at the same time.
Okay, 1, 2, 3.
Cool.
1024.
Yeah, so it's you can watch the trailer. It's all Unity. It's all real time.
In Unity?
Yeah, it's only a teaser, so this isn't gameplay. It is gameplay footage from the engine, but it's there's no actual gameplay fighting in it yet. Well, there is, but not on this video.
Why did you choose? Let's watch it, and then I'm gonna ask you questions.
Now, keep in mind that none of this is a smoking gun by any stretch, as development teams switch all the time from one engine to the other, and it isn't so difficult to do so as one outside of the field might think. But it is telling that during the early stages of 2020, they were still using the Unity engine when they approached 1024. So same engine, started development after Epilipse ceased development. But let's dive into the nuts and bolts. What about some in-game similarities? This is the first ESBC Esports Boxing Club trailer that dropped originally back in 2020 before it was taken down as the company started moving into a different direction altogether with licensed fighters. It was clearly not gameplay, but was using the in-game engine at the time. The graphics were dramatically enhanced from what we've seen in Project Boxing. Yet they had not partnered with 1024 just yet. But this location with the brick walls in the background is an eerily similar location, obviously with enhanced graphical features, but very similar to this location here, showing a brick wall in the background, something that was very prominent in Project Boxing's gameplay showcases. Now let's look at the gameplay. Some movements like the head movement and the positional blocking, and even notice the screen shake when the fighters are hit. This was the November gameplay, and the screen shake is identical to Project Boxing. This gameplay artifact lasted until March 2021, where you can see the same screen shake visuals for contact being made. Also, look at the top right. That's a head and torso damage detection display and a health and stamina display, literally the exact system that we have in Esports Boxing Club now. At this point, it isn't so much of a stretch to think that Epilith either sold his project's code to Esports Boxing Club or started working with Esports Boxing Club altogether. Now, granted, the system itself has gone through many overhauls, further iterations, and new implementations, but it still appears that the skeletal remains of Project Boxing lives inside of Esports Boxing Club, if in fact there is a true connection. I don't know about you guys, but I for one think there's something interesting and amazing to look at this clip here and think, wow, is this the true origin of the game many of us are now highly anticipating? If so, that's crazy to see how drastically different it has become. Okay, so you're probably thinking one of two things right now. Either you're thinking, oh my God, Esports Boxing Club is Project Boxing, and it has been developed since 2014, technically. Or you're thinking, Edward, please. He probably left the internet never to return so he can work a normal 9 to 5. He just gave up after 4 years of amazing progress. Plus, we don't know what he thinks because he went ghost, so just stop it. And you know what? Maybe you're right, but it doesn't hurt to have a little bit of fun sometimes.
Remembering what I was taught, I'm never down for the count. This the fight of my life. Better be ready to fight.